Welcome back to Persona Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth. We're going to get straight into this because there are some pretty big things that are about to happen. Gaudy carnivore. And it's picking on a herbivore wearing glasses. I'm pretty sure that thing's beyond help right now. Yeah, they're saying things like Dorsuru. What do we do? You know, I get the feeling this is a literal thing in the Viking sense. I know that from Carmen Sandiego. Taking a vote on what to do. But only worthy Norsemen may vote in a thing. Oh wait, it's not Carmen Sandiego. Yeah, if you want to vote, save her, do it. Well, yeah, I get the sense we're going to be overruled here. Everyone has voted for that herbivore to die. Yeah, remember that this isn't Yosuke. It's just something that has his face. Although granted, perhaps if Yosuke was in a different environment, maybe he would think like this. We did get him to face his shadow quite early in Persona 4's story. Well, yeah, we are far stronger than this herd of herbivores. And we also have the power of radar on our side. Yes. The dinosaurs really have that. Okay, they're one floor down. But we don't know exactly where they are. Okay then, well... this could end badly for us, but I guess that's what we do. We survived one encounter with those carnivores, and we can do it again, hopefully. Just as long as they don't spam Mowdown. And we are getting really close to another, oh. I mean, it is gonna suck if we make this vow to go after that captured herbivore and then immediately get killed by a bunch of lions. The three of us are able to hit their weaknesses, but we have two people down. And some of the bestial roaring. Even though they're agility bound. Maybe it's best to attempt to cut and run. Let's go. Okay, good. We got away. I will heal when another encounter is definitely coming. But for now, we can open this up. And through we go. Just realized as much as I want to save that herbivore, I also need to go back and get the map chest. Okay, we're at 2 now. Oh no. Really? Wait, I'm at 99%. Where am I missing? Where am I missing? Gonna go for a couple of revives here just in case. Let's head down, because if I'm right about this, we're gonna be taken out of here pretty soon.
Yes.
Or at least there'll be a perfect place to, head back to base. Multiple readings. There are all sorts of life forms. Well, there's actually a certain life form who is pretty close to us right now. Yeah, the FOE's pretty close here. Right in this room. And also, there's voice acting, so you know something major is about to happen. I can recognize that voice too. Normally I make jokes about this, but in Q2, he can pull it off. Yeah, that's how you'd sum it up. Well, looks like it's not just a herbivore we have to rescue. Yep, it's somewhere in here. And there's an open electric fence here. We may need to deal with that soon. Got a door here. There it is! And what do you know? He was able to save that herbivore on his own. Yeah, he really is different from his dinosaur counterpart.
Yosuke, 大丈夫か? Maji?
Yes, when you said me eat you whole, that's not what he meant. It is actually really... Also, it's kind of funny that calling the dinosaur a chicken, because technically, kind of right, they are birds. Birds are relatives. But it is interesting how Kanji calls Yosuke senpai, because despite the difference in appearance, Kanji is younger. If only we could act as a giant distraction. We need someone to be carrying a giant sign that says, free meal here, and then run. If this was Q1, I'd nominate Teddy, but given that it's Q2, the Phantom Thieves would nominate Akechi for this, wouldn't they? Yeah, the gates. If we lure it through there and turn on electricity, we might be able to pull this off. Oh no. Oh no, Teddy's using Xenoblade lure tactics! Or, you know, Safari Zone, I guess. But that makes things more likely to run away from you. Now it's right in front of us. Hi. Yeah, see, Teddy actually shows his ingenuity at this point. And, like, if this was Q1, they'd make a giant joke about it, but they don't really. It's like, at the same time, there's a bunch of people who think that Q2's plot is, like, miles better than Q1's, just because there's no, like, not as much Flanderization, but I do think Q1's core storyline is better than Q2's, but it's just, like, I can kind of tolerate the character exaggerations more. But I do think Q2's, like, broader character writing for the cast is better. So each one has its own strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, that area is right in between two fences. Dumbass dino is a great, I think, way to put it. Switch it on! Now it'd be a bad time for that not to have any power! It's almost like I played this game before. Yep! Well, we're kind of screwed. Someone hit it with a giant wrench. That usually works. Oh, no, that's getting closer. We have to keep within the gates. Well, that's bold. However, we got dual protagonist action here. Well, actually, it could have been triple protagonist action, but for some reason, FMC doesn't want to get involved in this. Wait, why are we fighting FOE? Why, it's because we're about to unlock a new game mechanic. And yeah, we weren't gonna actually kill that, we just need to slow it down. Bit of a preview of the FOE battle theme there, though. Some kind of, no, it's the Velvet Room's job to do fusions. That was what's called a unison skill. And that will be far from the last. This is another one of, you know, I was saying that Persona Q has its own unique strengths. This is unique to Q2, and a lot of people really like this, from both a narrative and a gameplay perspective. So now it's time to activate the electricity somehow. Yep, the backup power was there all along, although it does say do not touch. Yeah, we've got an emergency backup now. Oh no, is it back? Yep, let's activate the switch. One more time, and... one T-Rex trapped. Hopefully Yosuke was not inside there when we did that. What, the dinosaur or the Switch? For now, though, we can just mark out a few things. I'm kind of wondering if the game will even allow us to use a Go-Ho M at this point. No, it doesn't. Yeah, they want us to get to Yosuke before it lets us leave, which makes perfect sense. It's at least good that we don't, we're not able, like, we aren't able to waste a Go-Ho M here. But yeah, if we go back in here, we should meet back up with Yosuke. There he is. Yeah, where is the dinosaur one? Well, I mean, yeah, we kind of saw it there. You were taking on a T-Rex on your own. Honestly, maybe the most awesome thing Yosuke has done since he faced his shadow. Like, to be fair, to be honest, I don't think Yosuke really does a whole lot in P4's plot after that point. More just being a proxy for the team's logic. Yeah, holy crap, there's so many of you! Most of you I don't recognize. I thought for a moment that the voice acting had broke, but no, it's still here. Yosuke already has too many bad running jokes. Please let's not add the I'm not a cat thing to the pile. I mean, yeah, that is pretty awesome. Yeah, it means you should just go back and get healed, probably. Also, yeah, probably best you met this dinosaur and not the one that has your face. That's gonna be an interesting meeting when that happens. Is it really, though? Oh, right, he is here. What, even the one that we saved? I mean, I didn't want to be part of your herd anyway, but still. Yeah, finally that happens. Yay! The cursed Yosuke-headed dinosaur is gone, and nothing of value is lost. Yeah, that freaks out everyone. You get used to it after a while. And by safer place, we mean back at base. Oh, right, you're the one who, you're out of the loop. Okay, then. Yeah, everyone in the investigation team but you knows about this stuff. Also, Margaret and Maria here. And there are baby jailers, and oh yeah, the voice acting's back.
そのくだりもうとっくに終わってっから。そうよ、陽介。リアクションの幅はもっと増やさんと。
お前らはとっくに終わってるだろうけど、俺は初めてなの。見るものすべてが新鮮に映るの。話には聞いてても実際に見るとさ。
I guess this does kind of sound like what I'd picture a Japanese Yuri Lowenthal sounding like. It's funny that I'm thinking about all this backwards, but that's actually sometimes a principle that translators use as like reverse localization. Imagine the localization was the original, and that the Japanese is the localization.
おやまあ、花村様はシャカリキボーイなのですね。
シャカ？姉上、それはフルポテトですか？
おまたなんか来た。つうかこれが例の青い軍団ってことは、もしかしてマリーちゃんもいたりしちゃって。
もちろんよ。マリちゃん、こっちにおいでくれ。
Well, this is kind of funny in English because Marie is voiced by Sam Riegel's sister.
ちょっと急に何？大きい声出さなくても聞こえてるってば。
なんというか、一気に騒がしくなったな。
うるさくてすまない。だいたいいつもこんな感じなんだ。
Yeah, I guess the P4 party does lean more extroverted overall.
なあ、よく言われる。俺たちは意識してやってるわけじゃないんだが。
Yeah, this is like the whole, Persona 4 party best characters argument. I guess they're sort of lampshading this. A lot of people think they have a good group dynamic.
皆様、お帰りなさいませ。
But that is very controversial given the, a lot of the jokes and stuff.
探されていたご友人が無事に見つかって本当に安心いたしました。
おい相棒、誰だよこのオーラがすげえお姉様は。
So, yeah, the term they use for partner in Japanese is eyeball, which is apparently extremely common in yaoi communities, so that's not helping.
来る途中に説明しただろ。支配人の凪さんと光さんだ。
光さんも安心したでしょ。花村さんのこと気にかけていましたから。
いや、心配かけちゃったみたいで、すいません。あと、光ちゃん気にかけてくれてサンキューだ。なんだ？
どうして草食恐竜をかばったの？自分がやられるかもしれなかったのに。
もうどうしてって言われても、体が勝手に動いてたんだよな。
Does seem to be fairly common of Yosuke.
理由ないのに。どうして？
いや、確かにめちゃくちゃ怖かったけどさ、マジで食われそうになったし。でもそんなことより、自分に嘘ついたら絶対後悔するって思ったんだよな。
嘘をつく。
その場しのぎで自分の気持ちをごまかすっつうの。
This is interesting because it feels like Yosuke-Saurus is Yosuke before he gained this resolve.
そういうこと続けてっとさ、自分のことが嫌いになってくんだよ。俺、もうそういうごまかしはしたくない。しないって決めたんだ。
陽介。
なんて、ちょっと臭かった？
おー、クマは感動しましたぞ。
Just thinking about it, because Yosuke joins right at the start of P4, it's interesting him being the last of the P4 crew to join.
臭いけど、陽介かっこいいクマ。
ああ、花村先輩いいこと言ったっす。臭いっすけど。
俺が匂うみたいな言い方やめろっての。
自分の気持ち、本当の自分。光？多数決では助けないってなった。でもみんなが助けに行ったのは、自分の気持ちに正直でいたいから。
多数決なんて関係ないよ。私は大事な仲間がピンチだったら絶対に見捨てられない。
決して多数決が悪いわけじゃない。集団の意思決定において多数派の声に従うのは理にかなった行為だ。でも数が多いからといって必ずしも正しいとは限らないからね。
This is kind of hitting me in certain ways right now.
大事なのは自分で考えることじゃないかしら。怖いのは多数決を鵜呑みにして自分の考えを簡単に手放してしまうことよ。
It does feel like most of them who are voting with the group aren't just thinking for themselves, they're just doing it because they want to fit in here.
自分の考え。
I don't have any of those.
光は怖いのが自分の心に正直になること。怖いかも。 もしれない。もし他の人と違ったら変だって思われるから。
So this is a big part of the conflict of Hikari's arc, and while it might seem simple, there's a lot that I personally read into it, but we'll cover that later. Hikari's only just getting started.
それ私もわかるぞ。でもみんなは違っても一緒にいて羨ましいなって。
Well, at least she's admitting an opinion here.
ごめん、うまく言葉にできない。
ひかりさん、無理はしないでいいと思いますよ。大事なのはあなたがどうしたいか。
さて、花村先輩を見つけ出すという僕たちの第一目標は達成したわけですが、これからどうしますか？
映画館から出るには映画の結末？
ああ、その通りだ。どのみちまた映画の中に行く必要がある。
俺と同じ顔した恐竜のこともほっとけねえしな。
That is a weird sentence, but I agree.
なんつうか、このままだと絶対夢見が悪い気するわ。
Yeah, again, he's pretty much what you used to be.
それじゃあ準備ができたらスクリーンから映画に戻ろう。
But before that... Ah, she's taken these two aside. I take it that means something about those Unity attacks that we just saw.
Oh. ですが
I mean, yeah, I feel like they've got a connection. Don't get jealous, Yosuke.
Oh.
And don't you steal Ryuji's catchphrases, Yosuke. Or maybe it's because you're in a crossover. Yes, how do we do this exactly? So yeah, from now on, we unlock more unison attacks via special screenings. As your ally's bond grows, you may acquire unison skills. Unison skills like a follow-up attack, but performed by certain party members rather than backup members. Unison skills have dramatic results, such as heavy damage or a high chance of enemy knockdowns. The more unison skills your team acquires through ally bonds, the higher the chance of actually being able to use one. Acquire unison skills by taking on the challenge of special screenings. Yeah, that's another reason why I want to do special screenings. They are very much worth it. And we have the P4 crew completed! Yosuke Hanamura is with us, and that means... yeah, he's level 21. We're a little bit under the curve here. Yosuke's stat build is slanted towards agility, obviously. He is in fact tied as the fastest character in the game, and you'll never guess who he's tied with. But his strength is also quite high, and his endurance is not that bad. However, his luck is very low, though it's actually not the worst in the game. That is... Yosuke. That's actually kind of weird, since I think luck might affect critical hits, which is really bad for Yosuke's build. But yeah, Yosuke has pretty good HP as well, and not a terrible pool of SP for a physically focused party member. For Yosuke's skill set, he learns kind of partial Link skills, getting Wind Strike Link along with Double Link, though nothing better than that. He also gets Combo Arts Plus to aid in other party members using Link attacks, but that's actually not great for him being so fast. Typically, you want to strike after the Link people, so I guess Link skills do have higher priority. What also assists with allies using Link combos is Kunai Backup. It's a buff which, when applied, gives Yosuke a chance of following up attacks on the user's row. Any one of these follow-up attacks will also trigger Link hits. He also learns Tentarafu, which is great, though his luck is terrible to make use of that. And also Suzukaja and Masukaja. There are better buffs to apply, though. He even gets some healing. And by some healing, I mean just Diorama. And Brave Blade at his highest level. Unfortunately, he doesn't learn Wind Boost or Amp, and that really sets back his potential Wind Link damage. You'll need to get those through sub-personas. So, overall, Yosuke isn't particularly amazing, but I would say that he can make a fairly decent speedy physical attacker, and also a decent supporter for Link builds, or even running a Link build himself. Okay, looks like there's something new in the Velvet Room.
どうかしたのですか?
But you have fully voiced dialogue, which means it has to be important.
もしかしたら部屋にマリーがいないからじゃないかしら。
Oh, is this gonna be one of these?
今少し使いにやっているの。すぐ戻ると思うのだけれど。いいえ、大した用事ではありません。あんまり退屈そうにしているから、テオのところに少し買い物をお願いしたの。
Yep, it's time! Everyone's ready for this in Japanese? I mean, that's pretty good stationery.
ですか?
あら、マリーの落とし物かしら。時々あるようなの。
Oh, sure she does. You wouldn't have anything to do with that at all. Music is cut out, and you know what that means.
人ならざる者たちへ。ピンチがチャンス、マッチだよ。無理だからこそ挑戦。これも本当。遠慮？何のため？誰のため？やっておしまい。やらなきゃおしまい。やろうだもん。でもね、体大事だからね。好きだよ。
Well, that was louder than I expect from her. I was not disappointed.
読んだね。読んだの？
It is like the ghost in Paper Mario that gives you a game over for reading its diary.
マジで？あ、そのニヤついた顔、やっぱ嘘つき！違うから、これはそのパトスがほとばしってるだけで詩とかじゃないし。っていうか普通勝手に見る？何のため？誰のため？ピンチがチャンスだもん。そう、チャンスだよ私。チャンス。バカ嫌い最低覗き野郎！
There it is.
今度読んだらやってやるから。
Yes, that's what you got from that.
大事だから何なんだ、ジュスティーヌ。やっておしまい。
ストップ！おしまい！
There's a lot of people who want Marie to have a tsundere off with Caroline. We'll see if that ends up happening later.
みんなして意地悪
You think?
っていうかなんで落ちてるんだろうわけわかんないよ
You know, I wonder if one day Marie's gonna have her own AO3 account, and that'll be interesting to read through. Anyway, though, we now have a wild level of 21 thanks to Yosuke, so let's see if we can make anything new from that. Yeah, copper ooh, okay. So, Matador actually gets a good assortment of link skills. Double and triple link. Needs to be leveled up a little bit for that, but who can I get into Matador? Incubus and Raiju, huh? Well, that's not awful. Okay, I did specifically not pass down Disarm to my one with Binder, or Mucka Jam either, so I kind of have to pass both of these, even though I would sort of like Resist Ice on my Aha, but... Yeah, and I said I wasn't gonna register Incubus, because I want to keep its, like, inheritable skill. Yeah, I'll take Disarm and Mucka Jam, but I do ultimately want to put those on something with Bind Arts. Matador, though, I will be leveling up for those link abilities. Now, can I make you out of... Nope, okay. Okay. I can afford to immediately buy back Matador. Maybe I will actually do this. Because this at least lets me pass down those two and Ailment Arts. Oh, Revival Navi skill is really nice to have, though. Just not from those two. Okay, I think I have finished in here, but the actual reason I wanted to go into the Velvet Room was to reset the music in the lobby, because now that we have Yosuke, I want to address something that, well, I could have addressed a long time ago, because it started when we first got the Persona 4 party. It's not just them who joined our party. We also now have Shihoko Hirata.
チケット売り場こまめに確認しておこうぜ。
And I think I just realized the tile that I haven't stepped on. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be motivated. Okay, then. I want to go and grab the for completion chest for floor 3. So here's the thing. I actually need to step on that tile that is on that gate. How do I get there without getting FOE'd is the question. Huh. Is there a way to even step on that without getting FOE'd? I'm not even sure there is. Okay, got a free Nue out of that. Wasn't really a huge fan of Nue itself, so I'm kind of fine getting it as just a random persona. Although, let me check if it has anything good. Mazio, Darkscreen, Assault, Dive, Power, Resist Curse is kind of the main thing that it's got going for it. Okay, I hate this, but I may actually have to. That's 100%! But also it gets a preemptive. Oh, if Yosuke can't run, that's unfortunate. It is kind of cool that he... I'm... Hang on. Hang on. I have Vanish Balls, don't I? I do! Good! Okay, Yosuke fast Vanish Ball. Everyone else just hope for a bind or a confuse. Okay, good. Yosuke's fast enough to use that. That was the tactic. And from there, electric fences are still down. We can zip through the shortcut straight to the chest. And there we go. Never. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a very important one to get. And kind of came at a great time. So yeah, I only really ever needed that one Goba K because now I have an infinite use Goba K. Like, for example, I can just do this, back to the entrance. If I wanted, I can go back to the entrance again. And then I'll sidestep and I'll go back to the entrance again. And let's just head back. But yeah, that's a pretty useful item to have. So glad that I got that one. And with that, it might not seem like we made a lot of progress there, but we've gone through more of the plot. We got Yosuke in the party, we did a little bit of fusing. I'll see you next time for the next special screening, and hopefully some more of Junessic Land Area 4. See you all then.